I'm really glad you're here for devotions. Again, I've actually been talking more about relationships, communication, having a servant's heart. Now, you can't really do anything what we're saying unless you have a servant's heart. I want you to pray. God, help me to want to be a servant, even though you might be a hotshot at your job. You might be a powerful human being, but you must have a servant's heart. So, right along these lines, now I want to jump back into communication. I want you to think before you speak. Think before you speak. Here in Ephesians 4:29, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth. Do you hear that? What's corrupting talk? Cursing, swearing, screaming, talking bad about people, negative speech, but only such is good for the building up as it fits for the occasion. Meaning, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes you have to fight and stop something, okay, and that's okay. Okay, the Bible says, be ye angry, but sin not. Okay, so you can be angry, but it doesn't have to turn into sin. It says that it may be grace to those who hear. So you want to be sure all that you're doing is a blessing to others when you speak. We all know that words have power, don't they? A lot of words have power, but so does silence. Sometimes not saying anything can be just as important. Sometimes people are really rude to you. They say awful things to you. You don't say anything. You just take it. It takes a strong Christian to take it. When you have somebody that you love and they see in the relationship, they see something really cruel, just let it go. You don't respond. They can feel that silence. I'm not talking about sinful silence. I'm talking about good silence. Not to say anything. Proverbs 12, verse 18. There is one whose rash words are like a sword thrust. Okay, I mean, when they speak, they just pierce you through. But the tongue of the wise brings healing. Okay, so your tongue could be used for that which is good, or could be used for that which is bad. Choose to honor the opinions and ideas of others by listening quietly. I've been very convicted about this. Well, I want to answer them real quick. Sometimes I just got to shut my mouth. I know that. Some of you are like that too. Listen to what they're saying. Listen to what they're saying. They feel what they feel. Listen to what they're saying. Smiling and making eye contact can show kindness and create a positive bond. I want you to consciously sit down in front of a mirror and practice what you look like. Get a listening face. I mean this. Okay, I'll give you an example. When somebody's telling you something, within maybe a 5-minute conversation, you should at least 3 times nod your head that you're agreeing with them. Now, you don't want a cold stare the whole time that you're talking. Okay, it's uncomfortable. But, kind of make some emotional things like maybe they're saying something to you and what you did, and, kind of cringe a little bit. They can see it like you feel bad about that. Now, you may not have been wrong, but that's how they felt. They are not wrong on how they felt. I want you to have empathy that you can feel for them. Listen to them. You can't have empathy unless you're listening, making eye contact. Look here. Show kindness. Create a positive bond that you're listening to them. Matthew 12:36. Jesus, I tell you, on the day of judgment, people give account of every careless word they speak. I'm going to be held accountable for this years ago. I just blurted out whatever I thought. The Bible says it's all going to come back. We stand before God at the judgment seat of Christ. When you feel the urge to speak out in anger or frustration, take a deep breath and pray for guidance. I mean this. Do you have a problem with communication? Do you want to start fighting back when somebody says something to you? Okay, this is going to end well. You're not going to get anywhere. I said over the weekend, you might feel like, hey, I won the fight. Yeah, you did. And you lost the war. Because very strong and mean things were said. Now there's no trust between the two of you. You want to make it that anyone can come and talk to you at any time about anything. And you're going to respond correctly. That they could trust that you're not going to give them a tongue lashing. they could trust that you're going to accept what they're saying, even though you might want to talk about it, that you didn't mean for it to come across, or you didn't mean the way they accepted it, but you're sorry for how they feel. Listen, you really want to learn to communicate, because this is the foundation of your relationships. So I really want you to pray about this today.